CNN just conducted a poll on how Americans feel about Trump's next term, and the results have ruined Trump's weekend. I'm going to show the actual results, but first, it's worth noting that the CNN poll shows us once again how divided we are as a country and demonstrates vividly that what divides us most is not ideology, but the ability to think critically. We all know low IQ voters are the key demographic to both Trump victories, but I don't think any of us realize just how many low IQ voters there really are. I mean, sure, Jordan Klepper has been trying to show us for years that people like this are real.
People on both sides can agree that was a horrific moment in our history.
It was.
Looking back on it, do you believe the things you hear?
Oh, no, I don't.
I believe it's an inside job.
The shooting was an inside job?
Yes.
A lot of things aren't adding up. It's very strange.
I think that was a planned job. Anybody with any common sense knows that was a planned job.
Planned by who?
The Dems.
The left.
The deep state.
Obama is involved in this.
You think Obama set up the assassination attempt?
I think he surely knew about it.
Oh, it's the government, for sure.
It's government?
I think so.
You think they would go through all of this? Wouldn't they really wanted to take out Trump? Wouldn't they just poison the Big Mac?
I don't know.
It's the FBI, the Special Service.
Does it surprise you to hear that it was a disgruntled white guy Republican gun nut?
No, because you know what? We'll never know why he was picked.
It's kind of the perfect cover.
Exactly. They could have gotten a disgruntled black guy, and I no problem. And they could have gotten a disgruntled black female.
Oh, it's the government, for sure.
It's government?
I think so.
You think they would go through all of this? Wouldn't they really wanted to take out Trump? Wouldn't they just poison the Big Mac?
I don't know.
It's the FBI, the Special Service.
Well, here's a respondent who is not being interviewed by Jordan Klepper, but it seems like she was. Although I don't approve of many of the things that he has done or said, as a recent graduate entering the job market, a change had to be made, wrote one New Jersey woman in her 20s who described herself as optimistic. Also, since COVID happened, many things and places just aren't what they used to be. I'm hoping he boosts the economy and reminds our country of our true values. I think the only place to start with this is wondering what college or university cheated this young woman out of an education, because no one should be this ill-informed. Where do you even begin? Since COVID happened, things aren't what they used to be? What does that even mean? Yes, there was a worldwide pandemic and things in the US were particularly bad. But do you know why they were so bad? Because Trump ignored the pandemic, then politicized it just to cover over his ineptitude. Second, you are hoping that he will boost the economy? Joe Biden has made the American economy the top economy in the world. During worldwide inflation, the US was frequently the country with the lowest inflation. And now Biden has gotten us out of inflation. And Biden had the lowest jobless rate and created more jobs than any president in the modern era. Bottom line, you're not hoping for a change because of the economy. The economy is doing fine. You're hoping Trump can change things in such a way that a low IQ person like you will be able to find a job somewhere. So there's that. But let's look at the results. The new CNN poll conducted by SSRS shows 52% of adults expressing positive feelings about the next Trump term and 48% responding negatively. In explaining those numbers, CNN stated one of the biggest drivers for Americans who express enthusiasm or optimism about Trump's next stint in the White House, with the hope that he'll improve the economy, with many also approvingly citing his first term in office. But here is where it gets interesting and where it's important to be able to look beyond the questions and answers to find out what they really mean. CNN reports those who are pessimistic are most likely to cite concerns about his character, and a significant share of those who say they're afraid of what's to come say they're frightened by the prospect of rising bigotry, weakened democracy, or the impact his administration could have on their own lives. Now, that would seem to appear that people opposing Trump care about other things more than the economy. But that's not the case. The 49% of the people who voted against Trump know that he is going to tank the economy. They know his tariffs are going to create inflation and recession, and they know he's going to make things worse for the working and middle class, while making the 1% even wealthier. That's a given for them. On top of that, they are worried about the loss of our democracy and its conversion to fascist oligarchy, made in Putin's image. So what sounds like good news for Trump is actually bad news for Trump. CNN reports that among those who called themselves optimistic, the largest share, 22%, cited economic reasons, including hopes for lower inflation or a reduction in the cost of living. Well, first of all, Biden has already lowered inflation. Not that low IQ people realize that or will ever give credit to Biden. But these low IQ people are hoping for a reduction in the lower cost of living, and that's not going to happen. In fact, Trump just admitted that he's not going to be able to deliver on that promise. And it gets worse. CNN reports that another 19% who said they were optimistic cited Trump's previous term in office. Many in that group regarded his first presidency approvingly. Life was much better when he was president before, one respondent wrote. Another wrote, he did a great job the first time around and experience as an excellent teacher. He'll do even better job this time. So, okay, these people are absolutely, totally clueless. They have no memory of the chaos, disruption, recession, and massive layoffs that occurred during Trump's first term. They have totally blocked it out. So they're expecting another golden age. And when they get the chaos that Trump is going to create instead, then they are going to be really upset. And while it's true that we are talking about people who don't pay attention, their ability for resentment when the economy tanks, and every week is a new story about how yet another billionaire just profited off of the government or Trump, their willingness to turn on Trump and the Republicans will be pretty volatile. So this CNN poll shows that the Trump coalition is already in peril, with the Trump billionaire giveaway plan in direct conflict with his everyday voters waiting for their ship to come in. This means the 2022 midterms is the Democrats' last chance to save this country. Yes, Trump may well try and suspend the elections as early as 2022, but he should be careful because by 2022, his average voter may well have already turned on him, and he could end up like the South Korean president. One thing neither Trump nor the Republicans quite understand, the Gish Gallop, or the fire hose technique, works great at debate and in elections, but not so much when it comes to governing. If Trump brings back even the same level of chaos as before, it will bring the same results. That's when Democrats need to be prepared to defend democracy and retake power. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.